Hi there everybody and welcome to this 30-minute Vinyasa Flow class. My name is Maz and I'm going to be guiding you through this practice today. So we're going to actually start this practice by coming to lie down onto your back with the soles of your feet resting lightly onto the mat, knees bent, and then just bring your arms to rest alongside you. You could have palms facing up, you could have palms facing down, whatever allows you to find some space between your shoulders and your ears. And then just take a few moments to close down your eyes and let yourself find a place of stillness. And let's just start off by taking a few moments to notice how your physical body is feeling today. Noticing if there's any areas of your body maybe feeling a little bit tense or tight. And if there is, just start to consciously invite your breath towards those areas, letting there be a sense of softening. Just allowing that breath to settle into its natural rhythm. Feeling the gentle rising and falling of the belly, of the chest. And we'll just spend a few more moments in here to arrive, to settle into your practice space. And then we're going to start off by coming into a hamstring stretch. So keeping your left foot exactly where it is, start to slowly draw your right knee in towards your chest. Interlace your hands at the back of your right knee and then slowly start to extend your right foot towards the ceiling. You can have the toes pointed or flexed, whatever feels better for you. And this might be where you're staying. You might choose to start to walk your hands a little bit closer towards your right ankle and maybe gently draw that right leg in a little bit closer towards your chest. And then you also have the option, if you would like, to start to slowly extend that left leg. So straightening your left leg, sliding your left heel towards the front of your mat. I quite like to keep that foot flexed just to make sure there's a nice bit of stability through my hips. And we're going to stay in here for about another half a minute. You can keep your eyes closed if that feels good and continue just to find that natural rhythm of the breath as you stretch through the back of the right leg, so that right hamstring. And just allow there to be a sense of softness, so there's no forcing, no pushing or pulling. Just gently stretching the back of the leg to begin with, keeping your head and shoulders in contact with the ground. Last few seconds here. Okay, and then to release, start to slowly bend your left leg once again, planting the sole of your left foot onto the mat. Bring your hands once again to the back of your right knee and gently bend that right knee into your chest. Pause there for a moment, draw the knee in close, and then gently place your right foot back down onto your mat once again. And just take a moment to release. From there, let's come to the second side. So drawing your left leg in this time, taking hold at the back of your left knee, and then start to extend your left foot towards the ceiling. And it might be that this is where you stay. You can start to walk your hands towards your left ankle and draw your leg in a little bit closer. And then again, you might start to extend your right leg, gently flexing your right foot, extending the heel towards the front of your mat. And let's stay again about half a minute in here, just breathing in that nice, gentle, natural rhythm. Softly drawing that left leg in towards you, stretching through the back part of the left leg. As much as you can, keep that sense of softness through the shoulders. So just allow your shoulders to drop down towards the ground. Last couple of seconds in here. Okay, and then to come on out, slowly start to bend your right leg, plant the sole of your right foot onto the mat. Walk your hands down to the back of your left leg and gently draw your left knee in towards your chest. Just take a moment there. And then gently place your left foot down onto the mat. Release your arms by your sides. And just pause for a moment. You might like to gently just sway your knees from left to right. And then the next time that both knees come back to the center, draw them in towards you, either taking your hands to rest onto your knees or maybe interlacing your arms around your legs, and just take a little gentle rock from side to side, massaging gently through your lower back. And then take your hands to the back of your knees and start to slowly rock up and down. You might choose to synchronize your movements with your breath, so inhaling to rock up, exhaling to rock down, and just take a couple of rocks until you find yourself coming all the way up to a comfortable seated position at the front of your mat. You can cross your legs, you can sit on your heels, whatever feels the most comfortable for you. Ground through your sit bones, sit up nice and tall, and just bring your hands to lightly rest onto your knees. Close down your eyes and just be here for a couple of moments, breathing in through your nose, breathing out through your nose, breathing in and breathing out. From there, blink open your eyes, place your hands onto your mat in front of you and start to find your way to all fours. So coming to a tabletop position, spread your fingers nice and wide, stack your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees, tuck your toes under, and then slowly start to lift up into your first downward facing dog. Once you get into your down dog, then just find a little bit of movement. So you might choose to pedal your heels, you might choose to move your hips from side to side. Maybe you raise a leg, take a three-legged dog to gently open up through the hip. Just take a couple of breaths here. Moving in your downward facing dog, noticing how your body feels as you start to move today. And then nice and slowly start to step your feet towards the front of your mat. Arrive with your feet hip distance apart. Take an inhalation and lengthen. Bring your hands onto your shins, halfway lift. As you exhale, take a forward fold. Softly bend your knees. Take your hands to your opposite elbows and just gently let your upper body sway from side to side a couple of times. Releasing the crown of your head down towards the ground. And then come back to the center. Bring your hands down onto the ground. Soften your knees as much as you need to. And then gently draw your chin towards your chest. From there, start to slowly walk your hands up the front of your legs. So really nice and slowly, no rush. Unrolling. Coming up to standing. Release your arms by your sides. Take an inhalation, draw your shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, slide your shoulders back and down. One more time, inhale, draw your shoulders up. Exhale, slide your shoulders all the way back and down. From there, step to the front of your mat, come to your mountain pose, Tadasana. Feet grounded, legs nice and active. Arms by your sides, and your palms start to just slightly spin forward. As you arrive up to the front of your mat into this mountain pose, close down your eyes. And let's just be here for a couple of moments, feeling the support of the ground underneath your feet. Feeling that lifting action, so your kneecaps lift, your quads engage, your belly button draws towards your spine and your tailbone is lengthening down towards your heels. Start to find a connection to your breath once again, breathing in and out through your nose. And maybe you're finding your Ujjayi breath, so gently contracting the back of your throat so that you're able to generate that soft ocean sound as you breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your nose. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your nose. Let's carry this breath all the way through. Breathing in As you breathe out, blink open your eyes. Inhale, sweep your arms up, reach high. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Maybe you soften your knees. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Hands can come to shins. Exhale, hands come down onto the ground. Step your right foot back. Step your left foot back. Come into a high plank. Let's take a couple of breaths in here. So spread your fingers wide. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Press the ground away from you with your hands so you're gently doming your upper back. Draw your belly button towards your spine to stabilize through your core. For this first one, drop your knees down onto your mat. Untuck your toes. And then on your next exhalation, start to bend your elbows and start to slowly lower yourself all the way down to your mat. Keeping your hands next to your chest. Inhale, lift your chest. Keep your elbows bent. Come to your baby cobra. Exhale to lower. Inhale, come up to all fours. Tuck your toes. Exhale, sit your hips back towards your heels. From there, start to slowly walk your hands in a little bit closer towards you. You can keep your hands onto your mat, or maybe you bring your hands to rest onto your thighs, coming into this toe stretch. So toes are tucked, releasing your hips back towards your heels, sitting up nice and tall. Let's take 3 more breaths in here to really find that beautiful stretch through the bottom of the feet. Working into all those energy lines, all that fascia. 1 more breath. Nice. From there, slowly start to walk your hands forward once again. Come to all fours. Inhale. Exhale, lift up, downward facing dog. Let's take 2 breaths in this down dog. Finding that connection to the ground with both hands, both feet. 1 more breath in. And then as you breathe out, bend your knees, look forward. Walk or step to the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, take a forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach high, lengthen through the sides of your body. Exhale, release your arms by your sides, mountain pose. Let's go again. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift, maybe hands to shins. Exhale, hands on the mat. This time, step your left foot all the way back. Step your right foot all the way back. You're into that high plank once again. Legs are super, super strong and active as you extend your heels all the way towards the back of your mat. Keep pressing the ground away from you with your hands. Option to drop your knees, or maybe you're going to just slowly lower yourself all the way down to your mat, maintaining that straight line. Untuck your toes. Inhale, lift your chest. Draw your shoulder blades together, baby cobra. Exhale to lower. Inhale, come up to all fours. Tuck your toes under. Exhale, sit your hips back towards your heels once again. From there, as you inhale, start to walk your hands in, coming into that toe stretch once more. Maybe you bring your hands to rest onto your thighs, so releasing your hips towards your heels, toes are tucked under. On your next inhalation, sweep your arms all the way up, interlace your fingers and turn the palms of your hands to face towards the ceiling. Lengthen through the sides of your body. Gently drop your chin towards your chest. Let's stay in here for 3 more breaths. Reaching your palms nice and high. Lengthening through the sides of your body. Keep drawing your belly button towards your spine. Stay nice and strong through your core. Lovely. 1 more breath here. And then as you exhale, release your hands back down onto your mat. Come up to all fours. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Couple of breaths in here. You might want to just give your heels a little bit of a pedal just to release through the soles of your feet. And then on your next exhalation, bend your knees, look forward. Walk or step to the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach high. Exhale, release the arms by your sides. Mountain pose. Take a breath in. And take a breath out. On your next inhalation, bend your knees, sweep your arms up, come to your chair pose. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step back to your high plank. Again, we take a few breaths in here to really strengthen and stabilize through the core. And one more breath. Okay, those options, you can drop your knees, you can lower yourself all the way down, or maybe some of you are going to lower halfway, chaturanga. Inhale your back bend, either cobra or upward facing, on the tops of your feet. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. From there, inhale, lift your right leg high, come to your three-legged dog. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Inhale, come onto your fingertips. Lift your left leg high and lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Come to your standing split. We're going to stay for a couple of breaths in here. So keep that left leg nice and strong and active. You can use blocks underneath your hands if you have them. You might take one or both hands to the back of the right leg, taking that bind. Some of you might be choosing to have a play with your handstand practice in here. Let's stay for one more breath. If you're staying in your standing split, keep lengthening through the spine, lengthening through the sides of your body. Handstand people, make your way back towards your standing split. Bring both hands down onto the mat. Let's inhale to lengthen and look forward. Step your left foot halfway down the mat. Keep that left heel lifted. And then as you exhale, fold forward once again. Forward facing triangle. So you're high up on the tippy toes of the left foot. Both legs are straight. Some of you might choose to lift up the toes of the right foot. So pressing into the right heel, lifting up. Breathing here, so really stretching into the back of that right leg, just as we did in the beginning. Let's take two more breaths here. Every breath in, lengthening. Every breath out, finding a little bit more space. One more breath in to lengthen. As you exhale, bring the right foot down onto the mat once again. Inhale to lengthen and look forward. Soften your right knee, join your palms. Exhale, slowly start to float your left leg up. Come into your warrior three. Breathing here. So really feeling that connection to the ground through your right foot. Extending your left leg all the way behind you. Extending the crown of your head all the way forward. One more breath here, warrior three. And exhale, nice. Without your left foot touching the ground, slowly inhale, stand up and draw your left knee into your chest. From there, two options. Right hand comes to right hip. Either take hold of your left knee with your left hand, or you might take hold of your left big toe and start to extend that left leg out in front of you. Gently drawing your left shoulder back in line with your right. Standing tall. Strong standing leg. Breathing here. Two more breaths. And one more in here. Nice. On your next inhalation from wherever you are, draw your left knee into your chest once again. Join your palms. Exhale slowly. Step your left foot all the way towards the back of your mat. Land it light. And then as you inhale, rise up, high lunge. So again, left heel is lifted. Left hip is drawing forward as the right hip draws back. Reach your fingertips high, lengthen through the sides of your body. Glutes are engaged, core is strong. Let's stay for one more full cycle of breath here. And then with your next exhalation, gently and slowly start to drop your left knee straight down onto the ground. Bring your hands to frame your right foot as you inhale. As you exhale, start to shift your hips back, straightening your right leg and flex that right foot towards you. So you might slide your right heel a little bit further forward. We're coming into a half split here. Take an inhalation to lengthen, lift up through your chest. Exhale. If you want a little bit of an extra challenge, you might really press into your hands or your fingertips and see if you can maybe hover that right heel up off the ground. 2 more breaths here. Nice. If you've got that right heel lifted, gently place it down. Release. Maybe you've got a little bit of a cramp in that right thigh. I know I have. And then slowly start to slide that right heel back in. Place your right foot down on the ground. Inhale, picks you up. You're back into your high lunge. Exhale. As you inhale, open up. Warrior 2. So grounding your left foot now. Pressing actively through the fingertips of both hands. Bending into your right leg. Warrior 2. Draw your sit bones together. Externally rotate your thighs, finding space into your hips. We're going to stay for 1 more breath here. And then as you inhale, straighten your right leg. Turn your toes in so your feet are parallel. Raise your arms, reach high, lengthen. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Place your hands onto your mat or onto blocks if you need to. Take an inhalation, lengthen and look forward. As you exhale, fold. Staying in your forward fold, breathing here. Some of you might choose to walk your hands back, bring the crown of your head down, and maybe you're going to start to have a play with coming up into your tripod headstand. So squeezing your elbows in, slowly lifting your legs, breathing wherever you are. If you've taken it upside down, then slowly start to split your legs and land your feet on your mat. Let's all meet. Inhale, lengthen. Walk your hands around to frame your right foot. Exhale, step it back. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, drop your knees. Untuck your toes. Come to all fours. From all fours, so from your tabletop position, slowly start to walk your hands forward and gently lower your chest. Anahatasana, melting heart pose. So finding space into your shoulders, your upper back, your middle back. Some of you might have your chin down, some of you might have your forehead down. Let's stay for 2 more breaths here. Finding that space into the shoulders. And then on your next inhalation, start to gently lift your chest. We're going to move to a Sphinx pose. So rippling forward, lowering your hips down and landing with your elbows underneath your shoulders. Gently draw your chest forward as you draw your shoulders back. 2 breaths in here. One more inhalation. And then as you exhale, slowly lower down. Place your hands onto your mat next to your chest. Draw your shoulder blades together. Draw your elbows in towards the midline. Tuck your toes. Lift up through your kneecaps, your thighs. Really activate your legs. And on your next inhalation, press the ground away and lift up to a high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and take a breath out. Let's move on to the left side. Inhale, send your left leg high, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Come onto your fingertips. Inhale, float your right leg high, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Standing split. We breathe in here. Again, same options, hands on blocks, hands on the mat. One or both hands can come to the back of your left leg. Maybe for some of you, there's a handstand in here. Couple of more breaths, strong standing leg. If you have chosen to play with your handstand, start to make your way back to your standing split. Left leg forward, right leg lifted. Let's all inhale to lengthen. Step your right foot halfway down the mat. Keep that right heel lifted. Exhale, fold over your left leg. Forward facing triangle. Again, you might choose to pick up the toes of the left foot. So pressing that left heel into the ground. Breathing here, both legs are straight. Maintaining that length through the spine. So you could possibly place your hands onto blocks to give you a little bit of extra length and elevation through the back part of your body. Let's stay in here for 2 more breaths. Drawing your sit bones together, drawing your thighs in towards the midline. Lovely. Bringing that left foot down onto the mat as you exhale. Inhale, soften your left knee, lengthen, join together your palms. Exhale, use your glutes. Float your right leg up. Come into your warrior 3. So really active through that right glute. Right leg is active. That standing left leg is super, super strong and active. Really feel that connection to the ground through your left foot. Lovely. Let's stay for 2 more breaths. Whoops, embracing any wobbles. Wonderful. Slowly drawing your right knee in towards your chest. Standing up nice and tall. Left hand to left hip, right hand to right knee. Or maybe you take hold of your right big toe and you extend that right leg out in front of you. Gently draw your right shoulder back in line with your left. So rather straighten your standing leg and keep the right leg slightly bent than really kind of struggle to straighten that right leg. Standing leg is super important. Let's stay for 2 more breaths here. And then from wherever you are, slowly inhale, bring your right knee in, join your palms. Step that right foot all the way back. Land it light as you exhale. And then inhale, reach your arms up. High lunge. Breathing here. Drawing your right hip forward as you draw your left hip back. Again, really lengthening through the sides of your body, reaching high through your fingertips. Last breath. As you exhale, slowly start to lower your right knee down towards the ground. Inhale, bring your hands to frame your left foot. Exhale, shift your hips back, straighten your left leg and flex that left foot towards you. So you're probably going to want to slide the left heel slightly further forward. Half split. Again, lengthening through the sides of your body, breathing here. If you want a little bit of an extra challenge, you might choose to hover that left heel off the ground. Draw the left hip back. Stay with the breath here. Oh, feeling that cramp in that left leg again. Chest is lifted. 1 more breath. Gently release down. Bring your left foot onto the mat. Inhale, lift up to your high lunge. Exhale. Next breath in, open out to your warrior 2. Exhale to settle in. So the outside edge of your right foot is parallel to the back of your mat. You're bending into the left leg, drawing your sit bones together, pressing actively through the fingertips of both hands. Let's stay in here for 2 more breaths. Maybe you find a little bit of extra space for the last breath here. Lovely. From there, inhale, straighten your left leg, turn your toes in, raise your arms, reach high. Exhale to fold all the way forward. Place your hands onto the mat. Bring your right hand into the center. Inhale, lift your left hand, come to a twist. Exhale, bring your left hand down to the ground. Inhale, lift your right hand, open up into that twist. Exhale, right hand down. Once more each side. Inhale, lift up your left hand. Take a twist. Exhale, bring your left hand down. Inhale, lift up through your right hand. Rotate your chest. Exhale, right hand comes down. Just stay a breath or two in your forward fold, releasing through your lower back. And then as you inhale, lengthen. Walk your hands around, this time to frame your left foot. Exhale, step back. Downward facing dog. So once you arrive into your downward facing dog, drop your knees. Two options here. So option one is going to be to come once again into that Anahatasana, that melting heart pose, lowering your chest down. Option two is going to be to bring your elbows down underneath your shoulders. From there, you're going to tuck your toes, lift your knees, lift your hips, and see if you can walk your feet in, coming into a dolphin pose. Keep pressing the ground away from you. From there, you can play with leg lifts. So inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, you lower. Inhale, left leg lifts. Maybe you lower. Maybe you have a little play and you have a few little hops. And you can maybe start to have a little go at coming up into your forearm stand. Just be playful. Let's stay a couple of more breaths. So those options again, Anahatasana, melting heart, dolphin pose with leg lifts, Pincha Mayurasana, forearm stand. Last few breaths in here. Okay, from wherever you are, start to drop your knees and then slowly sit back on your heels and come into a child's pose. Release your forehead down. Creep your fingertips forward. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open up your mouth, exhale. 2 more times. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Last time, breathing in. And then just allow your breath to return to its natural rhythm. Letting go of any conscious breath control. And let's just stay about another half a minute here in this child's pose, feeling the support of the ground underneath you. Just slowing down, finding some stillness. And then slowly, when you're ready, start to come on up to all fours. Start to make your way once again through to seated and come to lie down onto your back, hugging your knees into your chest as you slowly arrive onto your back. And just take a few little gentle rocks from side to side, massaging your lower back gently. And then bring your knees to the center. Take your arms out to the side, so arms to T. And we're going to come into a reclining twist. So shift your hips to the right and drop your knees over to the left. Just taking a few breaths here in this twist. You could choose to cross and wrap your right leg around your left, or you might choose to keep your knees together. Let your shoulders continue to drop down towards the ground. Close your eyes if you'd like to. Just breathe in here. Couple more breaths on this side. And then slowly start to bring everything back to the middle. Hips, knees. Pause for a moment. Take a few rocks. And then again, take your arms out to the sides. This time shift your hips to the left and drop your knees over to the right. So twisting the other side now. Finding space through the left side of your body. Breathing into that space. Soft, calm breath. Last few moments here. Okay. Nice and slowly start to bring everything back to the middle. Hug your knees into your chest. Maybe take a few little gentle rocks from side to side. And then from there, in your own time, in your own way, start to slowly make your way towards your Shavasana. So you could choose to stay laying on your back, extend your legs, make space. Release your arms away from your body line, or maybe there's another position which is more comfortable for you, whatever that might be, lying on your side, lying on your front. You could maybe take your legs up the wall, you could rest your legs onto the bed, the sofa. Just make yourself as comfortable as you can possibly be. Close down your eyes, let your breath soften. And just take this next couple of minutes as an opportunity to really rest. As you arrive into your Shavasana, just take a moment to scan your body, starting from the crown of your head, working all the way down to the tip of your toes, and just see if there's anywhere that you could maybe invite to be a little bit softer. Again, breathing softness into those little areas of tension that might still be present. If you do feel like spending a little bit longer in your Shavasana, then of course, please feel free to do so. If you are ready to come on out, then start to bring a little bit of movement back into your body, gently moving your fingers, your toes, circling your ankles, your wrists, maybe just gently rolling your head from side to side. Take a couple of moments to do whatever you need to do. And slowly start to make your way back up to a comfortable seated position at the front of your mat. If you need a little bit of extra height, you might sit up onto a block or cushion. And let's just spend a few moments here, finding stillness. Close down your eyes or soften your gaze, whatever you prefer. And just take some time to notice how your body feels. Take some time to notice the natural rhythm of your breath. And then finally join together your palms. Bring your thumb knuckles to rest lightly at the center of your chest. And take a moment to consider if there's somebody that you would like to dedicate your practice to today. Maybe it's somebody that you love, or maybe it's someone that you know who needs a little bit of extra love in these days. Just taking a moment to bring that person to mind, bring that person to your heart, sending them love, compassion. And then gently lift your thumb knuckles to the center of your forehead and slowly fold all the way forward, bringing your hands to rest onto the earth, giving thanks to the earth. And thank you so much for practicing with me. I really appreciate it. And I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful week, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much.